All right. And this is our first returning guest, actually. So we haven't, because I used to do J-Rod Pod like a long time ago, and then I stopped it. But every J-Rod Pod then was like, he lived in Miami, or he does live in Miami, so we had to do it through like Zoom and shit. So this is going to be much, much better.
That was 4 years ago.
What a waste of time if nothing comes from it. All right, we're recording? Okay, cool. All right, guys, welcome back to the J-Rod Pod. Today we got a very special guest, and for the first time I can say a returning guest on the J-Rod Pod. We did the J-Rod Pod 4 years ago, and it failed. And so we're bringing it back. J-Rod 2.0. Trevor Morgan. Trevor, who the fuck are you?
What's up, guys? I'm Trevor Morgan.
Oh, shit.
It's going crazy in here. All
right, so Trevor, just a little bit about yourself so people know kind of who you are. What do you do?
So to give you guys a quick little rundown, my name's Trevor.
Yes, a nice synopsis.
From Michigan originally, and then moved down to Miami about 4 years ago. Jumped into nightlife, became a nightlife promoter for the last 3 to 4 years, and then now I'm kind of transitioning back into the normal business world and selling insurance and whatnot. So
really?
Yeah, I mean,
how'd you get into that?
A couple of my clients, my party clients that I went out with all the time, they were buying $10,000 tables like every weekend.
Damn.
And I was like, yo, what do you guys do? And they're like, oh, we're making like $4 million a year selling insurance. I was like, whoa.
Do you know what type of insurance?
Yeah, life insurance.
Oh yeah, everyone needs that. Yeah, that's a great thing.
It's pretty cool. So they kind of pulled me in when I told them, I'm looking for another avenue to make money, and it's been great so far.
What are you like? I feel so with like the more people die, the better business, right?
No, more people die, the more we have to. The company has to pay out money. You want
to save lives.
You want healthy people that are gonna pay their monthly premium for as long as possible.
So what's the other side of that, where you want people to die?
That's like genocide.
Oh, no. But I mean like, no. I mean like, where isn't there like some kind of business where you profit from people dying? Obviously,
funeral home businesses.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm not in that one.
Could you imagine? I mean, bro, to be a mortician or like some shit like that.
I feel like your weird ass would like something like that.
I did consider being like, just because I heard someone on a podcast, Theo Vaughn, he had a mortician on, and they were talking, and like the way he was talking about it, like it seemed kind of like pleasant.
I don't know about pleasant.
Well,
that's one of those weird jobs, and I always say this about dentists. Like, you got to be kind of a weirdo, to like want to be touching a bunch of people's teeth all the time, and like if you want to be touching a dead body all the time, like something's wrong with you.
That is weird.
And then I also read an article about the mortician that like was fucking the dead bodies.
Dude, yeah, I was just about to say, and then didn't he got like maggots in his.
In his dick.
In his phallic, yeah. Yeah, and I don't know if they ever had, or like, I know there were eggs in there.
That's disgusting.
Anyways, now listen, there's a lot of things going on in the world, guys, and obviously J-Rod Pod is humor, but we get serious sometimes, and there's a, power outage, and my mom's a flight attendant, and I don't know if she's going to be home. How many planes crashed? I'm kidding. She's fine, everyone, she's fine, but I'm sure, RIP to the people that did pass away due to what's the word?
Johnny, all the flights made it.
Oh, all right, never mind. That's good. That's good. Unless you're a mortician. No. And then also 10 billion passwords were leaked the other day, which I've been robbed in Chicago. They took my information, like they took my phone, they took everything, like my wallet, my ID. Like, I already am under the impression that everything of mine is stolen.
You're one of multiple people that have told me that that's happened in Chicago.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Chicago's not the spot, then.
Dude, it's just like, so, have I ever told you the full story?
No.
All right, so me and Roy, he came on the podcast, actually, 2 podcasts ago, and me and him were in Chicago, and we went to Wrigleyville. We were supposed to record a podcast. This was for another podcast I was doing called Roy's Podcast, ROIS Podcast. And we talked about stocks and crypto. So it was more serious. And Roy had met some dude through LinkedIn, and he owned a private jet company. And he said if we came down to Chicago, we could record a podcast with him. And so
On the private jet?
No, I don't know.
That
No,
would have been...
at the business, though, like at the airport thing.
That would have made it cool.
Yeah. And then all of a sudden he says once we get there that his wife is in the hospital or whatever. And we're like, dude, it takes like an hour. Just fucking come here. No, I'm kidding. We didn't say that. But we were like, all right, whatever. And it was like around 4th of July. So we're like, all right, we might as well go celebrate. And so we go down to Wrigleyville because Roy has a friend down there.
Was this 4th of July?
No. I was with you this 4th of July.
Yeah, I'm just verifying.
Yeah, no.
Verifying your story is true.
No, it is true. We get really fucked up. And at one point we black out. And then next thing you know, there were these really sketchy dudes like leaned up against a wooden fence. Like something out of a movie. Like, and my dumbass, I went up to them, I was like, you guys got any weed? Because, you know, they don't have, like, it's not as accessible in Chicago as it is in Michigan. And they're like, yeah, you know, we got weed. And then I don't remember much after that. And next thing I know, the next thing I remember is I'm in the backyard of one of their places, and they're, you know, giving us weed, and we're smoking shit. And I'd be lying if I said I didn't do a little bump of some, and I think that's why I remember that part. And then it fades into blackness after that. Next thing you know, I'm in the car. I'm in the backseat of a car, and there's 2 of these dudes that are gonna rob me sitting in the car with me. They're in the front. One of them's in the backseat actually, and the other one's in the front seat. The locks on the doors don't have like locks where you could like pull it out. They go all the way in. And so then I start to kind of come to, and I'm thinking I'm coming to, but I'm thinking we're having a conversation. So I'm thinking, oh, this is great. Like, you know, like
yeah, you just met some boys in Chicago.
Yeah,
just strolling around.
Dude, yeah. And then I was just like, oh, yo, where's my boy? Like, kind of, where's my friend? Because I'm not with it. I didn't even realize he's not there. And they're like, yeah, you know, they didn't like respond.
What did they do with him?
I don't know.
It sounds like he got the he got the shit end of the stick here.
Well, dude, we both got the shit end of the stick. So I end up asking that, and then all of a sudden they stop the car. The doors are already locked, but they both turned to me and they're like, all right, give me your phone, give me your fucking, and they started screaming, they're like, give me your fucking phone, give me your fucking wallet. And I'm like, whoa, like, kind of like, I thought we were friends.
I thought we were boys.
I literally said that. I was like, I thought we were friends. And then they're like, fuck no. And then they took my shit and then they kicked me out. And I'm like, bro, can you just drive me down? Like, as if they're going to do me a favor. And they're like, no, get the fuck out. So I get out. I'm in the hood somewhere. I don't know where. Did not belong. And it was around 2 a.m. And I have nothing. I got nothing on me. No money, no nothing. And then I just start walking. And I'm looking for like street that's like a main street. And I just get deeper and deeper into this neighborhood. And then next thing I know, I'm tired, dude. I've been walking for an hour. I see a nice lit up brick driveway. I'm like, that's where I'm going to just take a little seat for a second. So I sit down and then I fall asleep. And then I wake up to this Mexican bus driver lady. She's waking me up. And she's like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. And I get up and I just start walking. I didn't ask any questions. Just like, I don't know what I was thinking. I would have been like, no, I'm not okay. I was just robbed. But I just started walking. I reach into my pocket, just feeling around. You wouldn't believe it, bro. A little small bag of coke is in my pocket. And if it wasn't for that, I don't think I would have made it back, bro.
No.
I don't think I would have made it back. It was a blessing because that kind of kept me going. And then so I'm walking. I ended up finding a gas station. Nobody would let me use their phone or anything. And so I'm like, fuck these guys. So I stole.
Well, you look like think about it in their eyes. You look like a homeless kid.
Yes, I did look homeless.
Because at the time you are kind of homeless with nothing.
Dude, one of my pants, I will never forget, one of my pant legs, they had jeans on. One was rolled up, the other one was like all the way down. I didn't care really, so I did look homeless. And I don't have a phone, yeah, so I see it from their perspective. But at the same time, I was like, fuck these guys, so I stole a chocolate bar because I was hungry. And then I leave, And then I end up finding a church. It's the only thing lit up. There's lights leading up to the door. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go there. The door is open. I ring the doorbell. All of a sudden, I hear echoing coming down the steps. And, dude, like a fucking movie. The smoothest.
The priest came and started fucking you?
God, that would be the worst, dude.
Like right after you get robbed, everything.
Just get fucking diddled. No, he comes down, he swings open the doors, bro, in a matte black priest outfit with the thickest, like, silver chain you've ever seen. And then he's like, what's going on?
This is the hood priest.
Oh, the hood priest, bro. And he was sick. And he's like, what's going on, young man? And I was like, well, I was robbed and I have nothing now. And then he was like, oh, man, I'm sorry to hear that. He ends up giving me $6 for bus fare and telling me where to go and shit. And, dude, I'm like, after the first one, in my mind, I'm thinking, I just asked him before I leave, wait, which one was the first one again? And then he tells me, that's the only one I remember. And it's where I can see it. I'm like, okay, go there. Next thing you know, a bus rolls up. Guess who it is, bro? The Mexican bus driver lady.
No way.
I swear. And so it's full circle, this story. And then I go to the back of the bus and I sit there. I'm just going to rest my head for a second. I fall asleep, bro. I wake up to her waking me up again saying, hey, we just finished the route. I get off. I'm in a fully Spanish-speaking neighborhood. I'm like, I don't know where I am. And I still have $4 in my pocket. I'm like, I'm just walking. The sun's coming up now. And then I see a McDonald's, bro. They were playing like Mexican Fiesta music. And I went in there and I bought hash browns with my $4. and then I went and I basically just walked around until I found a bus guy that would let me, like, I was like, bro, please. Like, I was pleading them. It was very, like, shameful. And, I was just like, please.
Have you figured out how to get a phone yet?
No.
No?
Even if I got a phone, I can't call Roy because he's...
Yeah, but call someone, your parents, something.
You're
in a pretty fucked situation.
I just wanted to get back to the hotel thing. And... Well, I was actually staying at what are those places called where, like, anyone can, like...
Hostel?
Yeah, I was staying at a hostel. to make it,
I didn't know Chicago had hostels.
Oh, they got it, bro. And there was this one Asian guy. He didn't speak much English. I'm walking in the city for 2 more hours. I don't know. I don't even remember what it's called. And then I see him, and he's like, Johnny? And I'm like, I run up to him. I give him a hug. This guy doesn't really know me. I'm like, dude. And then he's like, you got robbed? And I'm like, how do you know that? He's like, Roy came back to the thing. So I'm like, all right, cool. Roy's not.
Who's this Asian guy?
Just some random dude we met in the hostel that was in our room.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, and then...
There you go. That's the guy right there.
Right, dude? And then, so I knew right then, Roy's not dead. Okay, cool. Somehow I make a fake phone number on my computer, and I end up calling Roy. He had already went to the Apple store, got an iPhone, blah, blah, blah. Everything's solid from there.
Roy figured it out way quicker than you.
Well, so then now I'll tell you what happened to Roy. So Roy...
Roy got fucked by the priest.
No. Roy went with this guy. So Roy went with one of the dudes that was the biggest dude, and he looked like Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka's ginormous. He's like 6'7", I believe. And he went with this dude that looked like him. So Roy's just walking with this dude, apparently. And then Roy, the way he tells it is he remembers, like...
Did he get drugged too? It sounds like you guys got drugged.
We didn't get drugged. We were just so drunk, and I think they recognized that, and they were like, all right, we're going to rob these guys.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, and so then I guess they're just walking, and then this guy just turns and is like, give me your shit, dude. And Roy just gives him the shit.
No fight to put up at all.
No fight to put up. And then Roy just standing there for a bit, like a few minutes after, and then he just starts running, dude. This is what he told me. He runs for like 3 miles to his friend's house, and everything is locked. So he has to climb the stories or whatever.
Does he fall?
No, that would have been funny. No, he makes it up, and then he bursts into their room, and there's like they're having people over and shit. Like, and then Roy's like, I was just robbed. And then they're all like, what the, like, bro, what? And then he explains it, and then he was saved at that point. But yeah, so that's a Chicago robbery story. And money was stolen.
That's awesome. I actually have...
It wasn't awesome.
I have a pretty crazy Chicago story as well.
Let's hear it.
It was after Lollapalooza. I think I took 12 grams of shrooms that day, so
Oh
it was
my
a
God.
full trip, a lot of fun. But it was like me, Porter, a bunch of the guys. And after Lollapalooza, we get back to the hotel and we're like, all right, let's go like find a bar. We just want a bar
Yeah.
to go like have a drink at. We're still all like come down from our trip, you know. And
Was it a good trip?
Oh, phenomenal! It was amazing.
Okay.
Running around Lollapalooza was awesome.
Yeah.
But when we're walking around to go find a bar, we're in like the neighborhood right across from where Lollapalooza is. Like it doesn't seem like a bad neighborhood. But anyways, we're walking, and I don't know if Porter was fucking with one of the guys on the street or what happened, but this guy starts following us, and
Oh.
Porter starts tweaking. He's like, "Dude, no, we gotta go like hide."
Yeah.
So
we
we
gotta
go-
go hide.
We pop into this hotel and we tell the security, we're like, hey, someone's following us. We don't know what's going on. We wait like 5 minutes and I'm like, yo, we're waiting for no reason. Let's get to the bar.
Did
Like,
you not see the guy?
I kind of saw him following us, but like I didn't think it was a threat. It's like whatever. Some dude's following us. We got 5 guys. Like nothing's gonna happen.
Right.
And then we wait 10 minutes in this hotel. Then we keep walking, and like not even like a quarter mile down the road from there, I turn and I see Porter running with his hands up in the middle of the street, and this guy's pulling a gun, and then he hops in a taxi. It takes him like around the corner, and then we're all just like just running down the street.
Wait.
And this guy's
Porter hopped into a taxi?
he hopped into a taxi in the middle of the street. The taxi driver drove him like literally 1 block, and then he hopped out, and then we're all like just like running down the street, and this guy's chasing us.
Chasing you guys?
Yeah.
So Porter ditched you guys?
No. Porter's with us.
Oh,
Yeah. We
okay.
ran up to him, and then we like hit the next turn. And mind you, this is a normal street. Like it's not that bad. It's not
Right.
that sketchy. We hit the next turn, and we're sprinting. Like we're
Yeah.
all getting chased with the guy with the gun.
Fuck,
We
that's
hit one
scary.
street, and it's super dark. And then I'm like, fuck. Like if this guy's chasing us, this is the place where we're gonna get shot. Like, we need to go near people.
Yeah.
So then we hit another turn, and I see a bunch of people like in a parking lot. We run up to that parking lot, and oh my god, bro, this was not the parking lot for us.
Right, like if you got shot there, no one care?
Oh no, we were like on this guy's turf. It was like,
Oh, man.
this is where he would shoot you to be like, haha, watch me shoot these guys.
All right, let me ask you this. What ethnicity was this man?
Black.
Okay, and the place where you ran to, what ethnicity was it?
It was a predominantly black.
Okay,
neighborhood.
okay.
But it was sketchy.
Like a bad,
Like,
yeah.
it was sketchy for sure.
Okay.
They had like, it was a whole thing.
That's scary. That's scary. It's like, what if he like chased you into the...
They chased us through, and we got to like a parking lot where it was just like very hood, you could tell, and like if you had just been walking through this parking lot not being chased by a guy with a gun, you would probably most likely be scared.
Yeah.
But honestly, we got out of it fine. You know, Jay, he turned around and tried to like,
The Bray?
yeah, he tried to like fuck with the guy, and I was like,
What?
This is
After all that?
Yeah, I was like,
Oh my God.
this is when you get killed, bro. Which
Did he not? Were you guys like,
No.
hey, that's not a good idea?
yeah, obviously, but we're running the fuck away. I'm getting out of there.
Yeah. That is scary as hell, dude. I've never been chased by a guy with a gun.
It was scary. I think while like coming off of the shrooms, I made it extra scary.
Yeah.
So like normally I may have handled that a little bit differently, but
Yeah.
either way, fun stuff. You know, good experience.
Great.
Experience. By the way, guys, go to Chicago. It's one of the top spots right now.
Chicago's thriving, dude. I mean, if you want to, that's something that a lot of people talk about is like going to cities. Like an example that they used, I heard, was like Detroit. Like going to cities that have, or like Flint, going to cities that have fallen, and kind of like a destination as like that's the tourism, like a sick tourism.
Well, I have a take on that because I actually like to go to sketchy places.
Yeah.
I've been to Brazil, Colombia, like Thailand, like all these different places, and I like to like my favorite thing to do is end up at an after party in Colombia with a bunch of people that don't speak English, and like I could be robbed or killed or kidnapped.
Right.
Like that.
It's a good
That's
experience.
fun,
Now,
you know?
adrenaline.
Adrenaline rush, like you're on your toes the whole time.
Kinda.
That's kind of where I
I
want to
could
be.
be shot now. this is fun though. Yeah.
Yeah,
No, I know what
yeah.
you mean.
Exactly. Like if that fear factor wasn't there, it wouldn't be that cool.
So, okay, well, going off of that, how do you meet people when you go to Colombia?
To be honest, with Colombia, I have a lot of friends from Miami that go there and
Oh,
travel.
makes sense.
So, they put me in a WhatsApp group chat, meet with this one dude, and then boom, now you're kind of connected. Or you just go out. Like, that's a city where, like, you go out and people are going to come up to you. You just got to
Isn't
figure
it?
out who the
Yeah.
good people are and who the bad people are.
I've heard
But
it's dangerous.
Yeah, but it's only dangerous if you make it dangerous. You can put yourself in a dangerous situation, like the time,
Like what I did.
like one time me and one of our buddies, we were in Bogota, and we were out on the streets trying to.
Where is that?
And it's in Colombia. It's like
Okay.
one of the biggest cities in Colombia, and it was like our second day there.
We're gonna timestamp that so I don't look like stupid. All right. Timestamp. All right.
And we're out in the streets. We're trying to get some coke, and I go up to like the first guy I see that's like sniffing coke.
You can see it. Like
Well,
it's
this
just...
guy's sniffing coke off of like a knife, and I figure, oh, that's the best guy to go to. I go up to him, and we're like trying to barter for the coke. We don't speak any Spanish.
He doesn't speak English.
Yeah, so he hands me like 2 bags. I hand him like a bill, and then something happened where he's like, no, like,
What was the bill?
it was like a $20 bill.
Oh,
or
okay.
something. But something
He gave you
happened.
2 bags.
Yeah, something happened where like I don't know, it wasn't the right amount, and he like pulls out his knife, and I'm like, whoa, buddy, like relax, like I'm just we're just trying to have fun here.
Yeah. And so did you give him the correct amount?
Yeah, and I ended up getting ripped off big time, but you live and you learn.
Was it real?
The knife.
No, the coke.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, so we make, that's really what this is about. You're not living if you've never been robbed with, anything. Like if you haven't been robbed, if you haven't had like what's it called when you get a disease in the dick?
Yeah, if you haven't had an STD.
An STD, if you haven't done any of that, you pussy. Also, if you're anemic or you wear a fanny pack, pussy. Yes, thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
And I am anemic.
Are you? What the fuck is anemic?
I don't know if I am anymore. I was when I was in high school, but I was also like not taking care of myself. So,
but what's anemic? What does that mean?
You have low iron
is that why
deficiency.
you look like that?
No, it's because it's when you have low iron in your blood, which I feel like I don't have it anymore. Because one time I was in health class, and I had hit cloud 9 right before I went to health class, and then I was sitting in the seat right before class started. And I'm sitting there like this. Like, first I'm like this, like, sitting on the desk, because I know something's going wrong. And then I kind of try to, like, sit up, right? And then when I go to sit up, all of a sudden, everything looks, like, kind of, like, shaky. I'm like, oh, man, what's going on? And I started feeling my body, like, kind of vibrate, like this. And I was like, shit, I hope nobody sees me, like, twitching up here. So I get up, and I go over to Mr. Street. I'm like, Mr. Kashtiva, that's who it was. I'm like, hey, Mr. Kashtiva, I don't feel it. And I just fucking black out. And I pass out in front of the whole class. And then they bring a wheelchair down. And Brandon, our friend Brandon, had told me, bro, you don't look so good before I went because I stopped at the cafeteria. And then next thing you know, next time he sees me, I'm wheeling past the cafeteria. And I have this little, like, Fruity Pebbles, like, granola bar thing, chewing it at like a Brandon. I'm like, and then I go home, and then I rip the cloud a little more, and then I go to bed. Yeah, it's stupid. And then I've never had anything like that happen again. So I think it might have been cloud 9. I don't know, but I deemed myself there anemic. And
okay, so this isn't professionally
self-diagnosed anemia.
Self-diagnosed, not Iron Man.
No, definitely not.
Reverse Iron Man.
All right, I do want to talk about this. This is very like something that a lot of young men are into, and it's called jelqing. Have you ever heard of jelqing?
No. It sounds pretty interesting though.
All right, so basically, what jelqing is, people. This is important. When your phallic is in the flaccid state.
Phallic is a penis?
Yes. it sometimes your balls will shrink up and your penis will turn into a Teenis, a tiny penis, right? And so what we do here,
if you're cold, like
like
Okay.
whatever, And Dave, don't you fucking press a button. I don't know what you're about to press. Don't you press a damn button. And what, Dave? You don't got any problems with this?
you've never joked before, bro?
Dave is for
Everyone's
those
joking nowadays.
for those of you that don't know, Jay is a strong black man, and so he might not be able to identify with the problems of a white man. All right. But joking. So what you do is, apparently, it's all about like you have blood vessels in your penis, and you can exercise those blood vessels by making it. You masturbate, but then you kind of stop. Some people would
Is this edging?
No, because you're not getting to that point. You're just getting to a point where you're stretching the blood vessels, right? I don't know why I'm like getting it out like that.
Fucking weird. But okay, so I'm still not picking up on it.
The end goal,
Just your flaccid dick.
The end goal is to get your penis to a flaccid state where you feel comfortable. Sure, you feel comfortable. If you're just standing there, like you just got a ice bath, flaccid state straight. Your balls aren't stuck up in you. Your penis isn't recoiled.
So this jelqing makes your flaccid dick bigger.
Yes, correct. That's the whole point of jelqing. And there has been a lot of debate about, Dave, I don't like the way you're looking at me right now.
No, this jelqing thing, it sounds pretty useful, to be honest.
Dude, I'll tell you what. I've been doing it for 2 years. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. But there has been so jelqing was the first step, right? And then they've made advancements. People are in this field.
Well, now the edging is huge.
Edging's huge now, but is that used?
I use edging regularly for
this purpose.
Performance enhancement with working out. Yeah.
Oh,
you don't?
No. What? You
like before
edge
if I'm about to try to hit a PR in the gym, I'll run down. Hop in the
run down.
No, I'm thinking about lifetime. Yeah, I'll run down, hop in the cold plunge real quick, do a little bit of jelqing, and then go edge. Then I'm ready
That's
for my
a workout.
PR.
I don't even work out. I just fucking
It's
do
a workout in itself.
Dude, that's true. And so, while we're on this topic, we might as well just bring up, which hand do you typically relieve yourself with?
I'm a righty. My dick curves to the right a little bit.
Okay. And do you write with your right hand?
Yes.
Okay. I write with my right hand. I do everything with my right hand, but I masturbate with my left.
You're an ambidextrous masturbator.
What the fuck is
It's both hands, bro.
I can't do my right hand.
Isn't
that weird?
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't know what it is.
You started young doing that.
Yes, that is what it was.
100%.
And you know what I think it was? I think it was the fact that in my mind when I was young, it was like, but the right hand, I know.
You know that's your hand.
Yeah, but with the left hand, it's like, who's that?
Yeah.
Dave's like, I know what you're talking about.
I heard Dave uses his foot.
All right. So, coolest experience you've ever had as a club promoter?
As a club promoter, one of highlight. It was a very cool experience. So this is when I was working with Liv and Story, Groot Hospitality, like the biggest, most well-known people down in Miami. I was one of their main model promoters. So basically, if they had a client coming in and they needed to have a bunch of beautiful girls at whatever, dinner, table, whatever it may be, they would call me and I would have to have it ready to go.
Okay.
So they gave me a call and they're like, hey, we have like a super big client at Komodo. We need you there in 30 minutes with 6 girls.
And Komodo's
Komodo's a super nice restaurant.
Okay.
And when they call you on some shit like that, you're just like, I can't fucking pull 6 girls out of my ass right now in 30 minutes to get to dinner.
Because they might be doing something.
But this was early when I first started working with them, so I was trying to impress. So I pulled it off, got there, 6 beautiful girls, they walk us to the table, and it's Mike Tyson and his like manager
That's
sitting at this
wild.
table. And I was like, whoa, all right, this is sick.
Yeah.
This is really cool.
Got any pictures of you guys together?
No. That's the one thing.
I thought I saw one.
Oh,
Might have been on, like,
yeah, no, it's all
Snapchat.
over the place. Yeah, no, no, but that's the one thing that I try not to do, especially
Makes sense.
when you're like surrounded by that world a lot.
Yeah.
You don't want to act like, oh, this is
Fanboy.
yeah. I fanboyed one person, and that was Jordan Belfort, and that was
Oh,
fair.
man, that'd be hard. Yeah, it'd be hard not to.
It's hard not to.
Your dad kind of reminds me of Jordan Belfort.
Yeah, he's just like not as like cool.
Well, I mean, do you think your dad or Jordan Belfort is more rich now?
Probably Jordan Belfort.
Because I mean,
Probably Jordan Belfort.
did he lose all his money?
Yeah, but then he got it back, and like now he's at the point where he's got the personal brand that can sell $1 million today if he goes on and does a podcast. You know.
He has a podcast.
Yeah, he has a podcast.
I know. Like I saw the one where it's like him and Grant Cardone talking. I don't remember what they talked about, but I remember that was a big one.
But yeah, I would say that was a cool experience in terms of like a celebrity interaction with what I've done promoter wise with nightlife. I mean, when you're in that world, man, there's a lot of cool experiences that happen.
Right.
You get offered to go on private jets. You get offered to like do a lot.
Did you ever go on a private jet?
I did not.
Oh dang.
I did
Okay.
not. But
I know you've been on yachts and shit. Though.
yeah. You're getting offered to go on yachts, getting paid to go on yachts.
That's
like
so cool.
it's a super cool industry. It's really cool if you can kind of build your name up and put yourself out there, but at the same time it's very taxing. It's very like it's a very flaunty lifestyle, and when you like get out of the flaunt and you take a look at it from like a wider perspective, it's just like it's not real.
It's like LA kind of.
Yeah, I mean it's Miami. It's all for no cash.
Right, yeah. Wow, that's wild. And so, with being like, I mean, like, what you bringing those beautiful girls, like, is that like a pimp?
No. We're paid to fill the VIP sections of the clubs with the best looking girls and the wealthiest clients.
How do you meet these girls? How do you?
Dude, I started by I would hang out at this one hotel. I met like the manager, and they would give me free drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
I'd hang out there all day and just like pick up girls. Just like
Oh,
go
dang.
up to girls and just meet girls.
And would you tell them like, hey, this is
Hey,
okay.
I have a table at this club tonight. Here, come. And that's how I did it. I just like went out every day, hit the beach, and you start with just like normal vacation girls and whatnot, and then you elevate to like
Makes sense.
now you're in the club, now you're on Instagram, now people are seeing you, and you're out every night, so people are hitting you up, and then it gets to a point where you can just level up.
So it starts with the tourist girls.
Yeah.
Okay, because they're more susceptible to come on.
For most promoters, it starts with the tourist girls. But honestly, like that was a super fun job when I was 22, 23. Once you turn 24, 25, like now it's like, okay, what my job is just bring hot girls to the club. Like it's not like sustainable.
It's a good job.
Yeah, I really love nightlife, but I want to throw my own events. I don't want to be, the call guy to bring a bunch of
Right.
This
is a cool thing though.
It's super cool. The fact that it's actually a job is like ridiculous to me. When they told me, because I didn't know, I was being a promoter and I was just bringing clients because at the time it was right after COVID. I had a lot of Michigan people coming down to Miami, so I was selling tables everywhere. And then they told me, "Oh yeah, you can get paid to bring girls to the club." And I was like, "What?
Yeah,
this is the best job in the world."
Yeah,
this is
sweet, dude.
ridiculous. So then life got kind of crazy for a while.
So when you say crazy, Trevor and we both lost our minds at one point. And when I say we lost our minds, I mean we lost our minds. And it was ironic because it was happening at the same time. And he was in Miami, I was in Ypsilanti. We weren't like necessarily in contact, but it was at the same time we were losing our minds. And that rhymed. So did that. And and then you came back to Michigan, and we met.
We connected about how we were both losing our minds.
Yeah.
And I think we convinced ourselves that it was normal and it was technology that was doing it for a little bit.
Dude, but I feel like there is something to that. Like, I feel like with anyone, if you're on that kind of shit, like if you're on social media all the time and you're seeing all these things and you like are doing something, because at the time when I lost my mind, I was like deep into the NFT space.
Yeah.
You know, and
I was deep into the nightlife stuff.
And so that's all you're seeing. And so
Yeah.
then you start to think, oh, everything's about me.
Yeah.
Like whatever this post is, if it's negative, they're fucking dissing me. You know, like and then it got to the point where I was listening to these podcasts. I love comedy podcasts, and I was listening to this one, Flagrant 2, and I was like, they were talking about someone, they weren't saying who, and I'm like,
They're talking about me.
God damn it. This isn't even them. This is this is artificial intelligence, and they fucking now they're messing with my podcast.
That's exactly what happened to me. I would be watching movies and that they made this movie about me.
Right.
And that shit got crazy. Got crazy to the point where like I literally thought I had a chip in my brain and people were watching what I was.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Dude, and then
at first it's kind of cool.
At first you think
at first you're like, oh,
well, because you see some good things.
Yeah.
You see some good things on the internet, and it's like, oh, I'm almost there.
I'm almost there. I'm on to something.
Almost to where?
I'm about to. I kept thinking like I'm about to be rich. Like something's
happening. They're planning something for me.
And then when you figure out what happened, you're just like, oh fuck, I'm fucking crazy.
Because you think like these people that are like successful in whatever it is that you're doing are like noticing you, and they're like kind of like
they're bringing you up.
Yeah, but this is part of the process. This is like
they keep it low key. They can't tell you directly.
This is the initiation process.
Trust me, I was meeting up with like a bunch of people in nightlife. Like, okay, so like what's gonna happen?
Oh, you would ask them?
Yeah.
Like, what's next?
Yeah. and like, you know, they're giving like generic responses like, oh, well, I don't know, and then that makes you think like oh, they know.
Yeah. Oh my God. But yeah, so we lost our minds, and you know, that just happens. So if you ever start to think that people are talking shit about you,
they probably are.
They probably are. They probably are, and they probably are talking about it because you are losing your mind. And they're like, oh, that guy's a fucking psycho. And then yeah, so we lost our minds, and you know, that just happens. But going on from that, let's just touch on something that is, you know, really that's prominent in the news, and that's Donald Trump being shot. Now, what are your thoughts on Donald Trump being shot, and do you think it was a conspiracy?
It's hard to say if it was a conspiracy or not. It could have been a PR play, which I guess that would be conspiracy.
From Trump?
I think from Trump or from someone, some organization within, like, Trump's organization might not even know about it, you know?
So you think it was within his camp?
No, like...
Are you saying BlackRock kind of thing?
I just... Yeah, like BlackRock could have done it.
Yeah.
Not even told him, but just, like...
Well, why would they tell him?
Well, I mean... You know, like the...
Oh, like they teamed up with him.
Yeah, but they didn't. They just... They're trying to push him. So they're like, all right.
Okay.
Yeah, let's try to shoot him first.
I've never heard that. That could be possible.
Either way, huge for Trump's brand.
Dude.
The way he came out with this
fight
was fucking awesome.
Dude, and the way
like
he talks now.
I've always, like, I'm not like a huge Trump supporter.
No.
Like, I don't care what's going on, really.
Yeah.
Joe Biden is pretty sleepy, but, like...
Yeah, he's dead.
But...
I mean, fuck.
But besides that, like, that was... I like when cool shit happens in the world, and so, like, something like that, something like 9/11, like... It's kind of cool. Like, it's fucked up, but it's kind of, like, cool to see crazy shit happen.
Because then you get that spark in what we what we want, and that's
and for a lot of people, it like dedicates their life, like it takes over.
Yeah, losers.
When something like this happens, but like I just kind of watch it like it's a reality TV show, you know.
Dude, it's so fun. You know what the most memorable thing about like something like that is, for me, it's. Jake, can we turn this shit off? I don't.
What, Kim Kardashian?
Kim Kardashian but actually keep it on. Oh, ew. No, we just saw a really big woman on screen.
No, but I also think they're kind of pushing this Trump getting shot to the side. You know, like it blew up at first, but
Yeah.
now it's like I don't see it as much.
I feel like
Like if that happened to
yeah.
Joe, it would be.
he'd be dead. That ear, it would have
Whether
clipped his ear and
whether
he's
he
dead.
did or
Yeah,
not.
yeah.
Yeah, I
Dude, it
agree.
would have knocked him to the ground. As soon as he hit the ground, he's done. Like, but they're so the thing that I've been seeing lately is they're gonna put Kamala in, and Kamala sucks. Like, right?
Well, that's just it's the default. Trump is gonna win.
Yeah, Trump is gonna win, and you heard it here first.
Yep.
And
From political specialist
yes,
himself.
yes, and something Trump is a comedic genius, and I'll say this, and I like to repeat it because he like riffs. He doesn't necessarily just read the speech. Like he'll read some of the speech, and then he goes on.
Well, and he's been doing this shit forever.
Right,
You know?
right.
And like I said earlier about his personal brand, like he's built his personal brand to where he became president. He didn't mean to.
That's wild.
I swear to God, he didn't mean to.
I mean, bro. I mean, he did
did.
talk about it when he was on, like a long time ago. We'll put a clip. We'll put 2 clips that you guys will see in between these. But yeah, he talks about it on what's Oprah. He talks about it on Oprah a long time ago. He says, you know, like I don't have any plans for running for president, but you know, if the country truly did need, like.
Yeah, he was like, I'd run Republican.
No. He was a Democrat at that point. He's always been a Democrat his whole life, and then the Democratic Party just kind of fucking made fun of him at the roast when you see Obama roast him. Like he was a Democrat, and then he was like, all right, well they're not gonna let me run in that party.
Obama was in the Trump roast?
No. At the roast of the presidency, they do one. The only president that never did one was Trump. He didn't do this. But normally, what happens is a president gets elected, then like the politicians will roast him at this dinner, right? And
I'm gonna have to fact check that.
no, well, I'll put a clip, and it's a very famous clip, and it's of Obama saying to Trump, who Trump wasn't saying anything to him, but I think at the time they were like Trump was talking about how he was like spreading that conspiracy that Obama was from Kenya, you know? And so Obama looks at Trump and he's just like, there is one thing I'll be that you'll never be, and that's president of the United States. And then you can see it in Trump's eyes. He's just pissed, like he's like running now, you know? And then, yeah, so it's crazy, you know? And then so something before we go, I want to touch on, it's 11/11, by the way, make a wish, people. Is what is Miami culture like?
Miami culture is different. I think that's why I like the city.
Yeah,
That's why I'm I don't know. I'm attracted to that city because it's
sexy.
a sexy city, but beyond that, there's a very big Latin culture which you don't see, especially us growing up in Michigan. Like,
Yeah.
We got nothing here. It's
Yeah.
very, very plain.
Right.
They're-
I see Latins, but mine are typically not on like the scale of like.
Yeah, and your last name's Rodriguez, so like your mom might be around.
No.
or whatever.
My family reunion they're like kind of like white trash Mexicans. No, I'm just kidding, family.
Those are my favorite kind.
But seriously,
No, my Miami culture is different. Like the funny thing that I always like to explain is like if a girl moves from Michigan to Miami at first she's gonna be like, oh, what the fuck's going on? And then 3 months later she's gonna have a boob job and fake lips.
oh really?
Yeah, 100%, like right off rip.
Did that happen to the one girl in Miami that starts with an M? Did she do anything like that?
She got the lips done.
Okay.
But like
We'll put a picture of it. No, I'm kidding.
but that's just like in general, that's how it goes down there. And then the other thing, it's a very hustle culture. Like everyone's making a lot of money. You don't really know how they're doing it, but they're
Yeah.
all doing it. And there's a lot of like entrepreneurial aspect, and as you know, as we started our clothing brand
Oh yeah,
years
Palm Trees
ago,
clothing.
that's I like that about the city.
That is cool.
But yeah, and then, beautiful people, beautiful beaches.
What's the food like?
Food's great. There's lots of food down there. Lots of different kinds of food.
Is it fish mainly?
No.
Just stinky fish?
No, not. I don't know. I stay away from the fish. They do have too much Asian fusion, by the way. Anyone
What is Asian fusion?
opening a Miami restaurant, stop with the Asian fusion bullshit.
That's a restaurant down there.
There's just every new nice restaurant is like Asian fusion.
Wait, well, I know, but
Like-
what does that mean?
Like Asians,
Fusion?
yeah,
Like they're having sex?
yeah, Asians having sex everywhere.
I have heard about those coffee shops where Thai people or Thai women, beautiful Thai women, will like they give you coffee and shit, but then there's actually a back room where they
They milk you.
yeah.
Yeah,
Is that and so have you been milked?
I've been milked many times.
You have.
Yeah.
I'd be lying. Now, okay. The difference here, people. So there is a difference between getting milked and then going to a massage parlor, I believe, because I've been to a massage parlor. In terms of
Where?
where not? Dude. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean, just a few places. But milking, I picture like your face,
It's
your face
similar,
down.
Similar to jelqing.
Well, I feel like
Oh no, milking the face down thing.
yeah, where they're like literally milking you like an udder.
That's what our buddy.
Put a video.
Our buddy back in college, he would go to this like 40-year-old's house, like this woman he met on Tinder, and she would put the couches together, and like
No.
he would lay over it, and she would just milk him.
What the?
Yeah. And we were like, bro, there's like a ton of 20-year-old like normal chicks you could be smashing, but he would just default to going and getting
You
milked.
probably had a fetish for that.
I think that's one of those fetishes you might develop over time.
He did it once, and then
He
was
did
like,
it once, and then he's like, yeah,
I
try
like
that
being
again.
milked.
Yeah.
I like being milked like a fucking beast on floor. No. But there's nothing wrong with being milked. I mean, if you're into that. We talked about once on here. There was this lady in New Hampshire who opened up a diaper spa. And yeah, she opened up a diaper spa in New Hampshire for adults. And
What?
yeah, it's
New
pretty.
Hampshire might be the place for that, to be honest.
It is. Well, see, and here's the thing. New Hampshire's is full of disturbed people. Sick people. And, yeah, I mean,
I feel like that's like Portland, Oregon.
I'm sure they have their fair share. If I've never lived there, they're probably sick.
I had a hairdresser tell me that she loved Portland, and she had like the blue hair and everything. So
yeah.
I figure.
She would be in a diaper spa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you ever gone to? So I know you said you go and you get milked regularly.
no. I haven't been in a long time. I didn't get milked.
But have you ever gone to a massage parlor and then they're like, all right, take off your clothes, lay on the bed. You lay on the bed and then there's like a little hole for your dick to just pop into.
No, cause that's milking. Like
you've been going to the wrong place.
No, I go to like a normal one where they straight off the back you're butt naked, and then they eventually tell you to turn over, and you're already in a position of vulnerableness to where it's like, well, then they'll be like, all right, how much? Like how much you pay is just like whatever, like fucking
just get it done.
Yeah, I don't care. Next thing you know, you just fucking spent like over $160
Just to get milk.
Yeah, and you didn't even realize it. You thought the $80 package counted for that because it got a 60 and 80, but it doesn't.
That's a situation where you like a lot of situations. I do want to be edged up before, but that's a situation where you don't want to be edged up.
Right.
You
right.
would rather be jelked prior to.
No, I don't even care. Like I don't even care because the way I think about it is like this. And this is probably not the right like way to think about it, but I just think about it like this. I don't know if their main clientele is Asian people and are Asian guys, and I don't know if this is true.
No. Their main clientele is people like you, but like
Just
older
sick.
with like a belly.
Okay, yeah, perfect. So like, what do I like? I don't care if they see a little Teenis, but they don't see the Teenis because by the time they're done doing the massage, I'm already softied up.
Yeah, the blood's flowing at
Yeah.
that point. Well, once you spin around, it's go time.
Once they spin around, there's a
and
tent.
plus, it's kind of in your head. You're like, oh, I'm about to.
Yeah.
I'm about to get jerked by this Asian.
But you know what's annoying? When the Asian woman will start to like make noises.
Or when they.
It's like I know you're not.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I agree. Yeah.
She's like, oh.
yeah, don't do that.
She's like,
you
oh,
don't,
yeah.
yeah, you don't feel any of this. You're just fucking trying to get it going here.
One time.
Or when
Dave, we might need to timestamp this. No, no, this is fine. One time I was in one of these places and all of a sudden the lady tried to do the thing where she's like, all right, how much, blah, blah, at the very end. And all of a sudden the older Asian woman runs into the room, doors wide open, and I'm sitting there butt naked, and she starts yelling at the younger Asian woman, and she's like, I can't understand what they're saying. And then they both leave the room, and I can hear them yelling, and the door's wide open. I'm exposed, and then like blah blah blah. Then the old Asian woman finally comes in. And she's like, "Would you like me to like finish the job or whatever, And I'm like, and at this point, I'm putting on my clothes. I'm like, no, I'm okay. I'm gonna go. And she ends up handing me back $20 before I leave. And I think she knew how that business should be run.
Yeah.
Because the other lady was definitely trying to just rip me off.
Money.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a funny story.
Let's hear it.
So I was in Costa Rica with my buddy. It was like his last day. He's like, hey, dude, I see all these Asian massage parlors. Like, we got to go try it.
Is this a buddy that I know too?
I don't think you
okay.
know. But he's like, yeah, we have to. We've got to try it. So it's our last day. And I'm like, all right, fine, yeah, we'll do it. We go. Almost all of them are closing. It's like getting kind of late. We pull up to like the last one that's still alive, and we walk in, and the lady is fucking hideous, like just not hot.
Of course, it's the last one open.
Not hot at all.
Yeah,
and it's just her. So we walk in, and we're like, yeah, we need it for both of us, and like we're thinking that she's gonna just take us both in and go.
You thought that
skiing.
you thought that was gonna happen?
Yeah, I didn't want that.
Oh yeah, no.
But we wanted massages too. We didn't want just And she's like, no, happy ending only. I'm like, what the fuck kind of massage parlor is this? But anyways, she's like, okay, yeah, I'll call my friend to come over here. And
was that a relief?
And yeah, well, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll wait for the friend. And then he's like, no, I'll wait for the friend. I'm just like, all right, fuck it, I'll take this fucking.
Oh damn, okay.
So I go, I'm getting jerked off, and then my buddies in the other room getting jerked off, and you can hear it's like
you can hear each other.
You can hear everything.
Oh man! So was your buddy making weird noises?
Anyways, I try to finish super quick. I get out, I walk over, and then his chick walks out of the thing, and she's 3 times bigger than mine. Disgusting. So he ended up with the shit end of the stick there. That's
hilarious. I mean, that's a lesson to be learned, Like,
yeah,
sometimes you gotta take a sacrifice, and the sacrifice turns out to be a better thing,
Yep.
But, guys, with that being said, this has been a great episode of J-Rock Pod. And Trevor, you got any plugs you'd like to make? Any links? I will put them in the description, but
Yeah, follow my OnlyFans, OnlyFans-TRaw69.
Do you actually have an OnlyFans?
No. Follow me on Instagram, Trevor Morgan 8.
Yeah, Trevor Morgan 8, and then links will be in the description. Thanks again for coming on. And thank you, Dave. Dave, before this episode ends, I want to know. Was it you or Jay who was creeping on my last guest? My last guest, Alicia. I am scrolling through her Instagram because I had never really scrolled through it, and I come across a photo, and it's a photo of her, like, the mirror photo, like where you can see the ass and stuff. And the only like that I can see, and this is the only like from this exact thing from these guys, it's that photo.
I knew he was a pedophile.
So we gotta, my producers are perverts, guys. No, I'm kidding. But seriously, please don't ever do that again. My guess, I think of them as, almost, I'm dating them in a way, So please don't do that. I feel like I'm being cocked. No, I'm kidding, guys. All right. With that being said, thank you for listening. Have a great rest of your day.